Hi everyone, I thought I would come back today and do another tutorial. I have another subscriber that asked me if I would share with her how I made these little dangling leaves, and I don't have a pattern for it. Oh, and by the way, her name is Jodana. I think that's how you say your name. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry if I didn't say your name correctly. But she asked me to make a video or to give her a pattern. And I don't have a pattern except for, I do have a pattern to make the leaves, but I don't have a pattern to make a continuous chain like this where the leaves, they alternate sides. So you've got one leaf on each side of the stem. And I don't know how to do that. I may be doing it correctly, I don't know, but I just kept trying and trying until I figured out a way to do it. So if I'm not doing it correctly and there is another way to do it, I don't mind learning at all if someone wants to come on and do a video and share with me how it should be done. But I'll just show you the way that I did it, and we'll go with that. So the thread size that I used for this particular size was a 10, and I used this crochet hook here, which is a size 1 point, am I in the light there? It's a 1.5, and so I used a size 10 thread and the 1.5 to create that size right there. But I thought I would use a thicker yarn so that you could see the stitches better, and I'm going to use a size J hook. So let's put our yarn onto our hook, and the way I do it is I just make a loop and put the thread behind the loop, and then insert your needle in under the loop and then pull down on it, and that forms your knot on your hook. Okay, and then the way I hold my thread is I go around my little finger and then under, I kind of put my index, put it in my hand but over my index finger, and then I use my middle finger and my thumb to hold this right here. So that's kind of how I hold mine, and I think that's the way I was taught to do it. I taught myself by reading a book, and at the time when I learned to crochet, YouTube wasn't even around. So you know, I know how to crochet a little bit. I can follow some pretty easy patterns, but when it gets to pretty complicated stuff, then I'm lost. So I can do enough just to get by. So that is the way that, and like I said, I'm self-taught. My mother was a fantastic crocheter, and so was my grandmother, but I'm left-handed, and both of my mom and my grandmother were right-handed, and so it was backwards to them. They couldn't help me, and so I just said, well, I'm just going to teach myself. So I went and bought a book, and I forced myself to crochet right-handed. So there's a lot of things that I do right-handed that I you would think, being left-handed, that I would do it left-handed, but I don't. I play golf a little bit, and I swing my clubs with my right hand. I don't use my left hand. Some things just come more natural to me using my left hand, using my right hand versus the left. But anyway, you didn't ask for all that information, so let's move on. Okay, so let's just get our yarn around the fingers the way we're supposed to, and then we will do 10 crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we've got a chain there of 10 single crochets. So to start the first leaf, we're going to work in the third chain down from the hook. So we're going to work in, that's 1, 2, 3. We're going to work into that chain right there. Okay, So we're going to do a double crochet. So you would yarn over and insert your hook into that third chain on the left side. Yarn over and pull through, and then you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and take off the first 2 loops, and that will leave you with 2 on your hook. Yarn over and take off the last 2. So now what you have is your original chain of 7, and then the 3 are on the outside of the leaf, and then you'll have a double crochet right next to the original 3 single crochets that were part of the chain. Okay, and when you start working in that stitch right there, it's going to form a hole. You see that hole right there, and you're going to continue to work in that hole, in that stitch, until we finish this leaf. So we'll do 1 more double crochet into that stitch, yarn over, pull through, then you'll yarn over and take off 2, you'll yarn over again and take off 2, and then each leaf has a little point on the end of a little tip. And so the way to make that is you will do 3 single crochets, and then you'll insert your needle into the first single crochet that you just made, or the third one from the hook, which is going to be the first one that you made or the third from the hook. They'll be one and the same. So you'll just insert your needle into that stitch, yarn over, pull it through, and to join you will just pull it through the last loop on your hook. So that creates a little loop at the top of the leaf. Okay, so now we're going to do another double crochet back into that same stitch that we had down here that's forming a big hole. So yarn over and go back into there, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over and take off the first 2, yarn over again and take off the last 2. Okay, you'll need 1 more double crochet, yarn over, go back into that stitch, yarn over again, pull it through, yarn over and take off the first 2, yarn over again and take off the last 2. Okay, and because we started with the 3 single crochets, which are a part of the original 10, you'll want to end your leaf with another 3 single crochets on the left side. So we'll make 1, 2, and 3, and now you're going to join into that same stitch right there, pull through, and then pull through to take that stitch off your hook, if we can get it in there. It's getting a little tight. There we go. Okay, so you have finished 1 leaf right there. Okay, all right, so we'll make more stem now. We'll crochet, do 10 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we're going to do something a little different. In order to get the leaves to alternate from one side to the other on your stem, you have to now work into the back of your stitch. So this is the part where I think I could be doing something wrong. I'm not sure, because like I said, I'm not that great of a crocheter. So the way I just kept working at it until I figured out how to get them to go back and forth, this is what I did. So normally we would yarn over and we'd insert it into the 3rd stitch right there. Well, this time we'll yarn over, we're going to do the double stitch, but we're going to insert into the back of that stitch. So if you roll your yarn over, we're going to go into that stitch right there. So you'll want to insert your hook into the back of that third stitch down from your hook. And it's a little hard to get it going, to get the first one on there. Well, thought I had it. Let's try it again. Okay, there we go. All right, so now you'll yarn over and pull through, and you'll yarn over and take off 2, yarn over and take off 2, and then you'll do one more double crochet into that same stitch that you just made that one in, yarn over and go back in there, pull it through, yarn over and take off 2, yarn over and take off 2. So we've made half of our leaf. So now we'll make the little tip. So you'll crochet, make 3 single crochets and join them together into the third one from the hook. Pull it through and pull it through again. And now we're going to make another double crochet back into that same stitch, that same hole right there. Yarn over and go back into there, yarn over, pull it through, then you would yarn over and take off 2, yarn over, take off excuse me, take off 2, and we'll make one more double crochet. So we'll yarn over and go back into that same stitch, pull it through, yarn over, take off 2, yarn over and take off 2, and then you'll do your last 3 single crochets and you'll join at the bottom of the leaf, and that will finish off your leaf. And like I said, it is a join, so you just want to pull that thread through the loop that's on your hook, okay? And you can already see that they're alternating sides. So now what you'll do is you'll crochet 10 again, and you'll just continue doing the same thing. You will always have to work in the back stitch going forward. You'll never go back to working in the front, and they will just that's the way I got it to get them to alternate like that. So let's see, I mean, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so once again, to do your double crochet, you would yarn over, find your third stitch, which is right there, and roll it over, and you're going to work into the back of that stitch right there. Okay, all right, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and take off 2 stitches, and yarn over and take off 2. Then do another double crochet into that same stitch, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, and then yarn over and take off the last 2. Now we'll make our little loop at the top, join it into the third one right here, pull it through and pull it through, and then you're going to yarn over for another double crochet and put it back into that same stitch that we were working in, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull it through 2, one more double crochet, okay, and then you're going to work your last 3 single crochets to finish off your leaf, and you'll join into that same stitch right there. Okay, and that's it. So you will just continue. Now again, you would crochet, you'd make your 10 crochets and work your next leaf, and like I said, you will work into the back of the stitch, And so that's what causes it to go back and forth. So that's how I did it. So I don't know whether it's the right way, but it gets the job done anyway. So that's it. So hopefully you'll give it a try, and hope it works for you. So that's it for now, guys. So take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.